Are we good? Do we have a connection? Are we live? Let's check the computer and see if we're live. Okay, we're live. Yes, we are. Let's save this. I think we're good to go. What's up, you guys? Hey, everybody that's watching the stream. If you're catching this live, we are doing a special event that we kind of started over here on this channel. If you have purchased or pre-ordered a reading, this is going to be a live stream strictly for prepaid tarot questions. Okay, so everyone else, if you ordered, for those of you that did specifically order the private session after I finish the live stream, you're going to receive an email from me, and the email will have your digital link to your reading where you will be able to rewatch that reading from your private link. Okay. That link will be good for up to a year. So whether you're watching it, the link from the live stream, or you're rewatching it from your personal link, I leave it on that channel for up to a year. You can either download it and keep it just to refer to it, depending on the questions that you're asking, or you can just reuse it until it's gone off the channel. Okay. So Caroline specifically, I do have the link for your private reading along with the last one that you did. I got the email thread now, so I'll be able to send you that response as well. So if you're in the live today and you wanted to know whether or not I was going to do yours private, I am going to do yours private. So that's just as a confirmation. I didn't get to reply to you by email, but I did read it. Okay. And I'm super happy that you have stepped into the light, Caroline. What's up, Big Mama? Hi, Delia. Dahalia Marie. Before I do the private stream, before I do the private sessions, I'm going to do the next 7 days. So after this live stream, if you are a subscriber or you're a Taurus placement of any sort, check out the next 7-day predictions. You can come back and just turn your notifications on because I'll be starting the live for that next. Okay. All right, let's get into this thumbnail at the top for those that is wondering why is there a black box on your screen. Next week is the last day. So I will be closing personals for a while. I don't know when I'll do this again, these types of events again, but next week, I believe that's the 17th, is the last Saturday that I'm going to do until further notice. So if you want to participate in that, the time period to get on the list for these live streams, if you want to do the public one, you have up until today, until 2 p.m. on Saturday, which is the next event, the last event. I did change it from next event to last event, so you should be able to see it up there. Also in the description box, there are 6 steps that are listed that you will have to complete to successfully make it to my list. Okay. Anything else I'm missing? Nope. So I just wanted to confirm with y'all that next week is the last week to get on this type of feature. If you want the private session as well, remember just to know that it won't be publicly on the YouTube channel. It's going to be sent as a digital pre-recorded reading. Okay. All right. So let's start with who's first on the list. Hold on. All right, Kat. So Kat has 2 questions. And then after Kat, we have Breezy, and that's it for today. That's it for the live session, and everyone else is private. So this should be a pretty quick stream. All right, Kat, I'm going to pull up your email. Kat, are you here? Just let me know. If not, I'll make sure I send this link to you. If y'all hear me breathing hard in the microphone, I'm not dying. And I am not hungry, okay? I have had people ask me, "Are you okay? You sound like you're breathing hard." When you're channeling energy, sometimes you feel congested, sometimes you feel like you're underwater, sometimes you feel head pressure. All of it's a part of the symptoms. So if you see me having to catch my breath, that's because I'm swimming. I'm swimming out here. Okay. So, Kat, let's start with question number 1. All right, so your question is, will this new social platform or online platform that you are creating, will it succeed in the near future? Preferably when it's launched. All right, Spirit. Thank you, baby. Why does my phone keep doing this? All right, Spirit, show me the development of this social platform. What's the development? Okay, 4 cups. Will it succeed in the near future, Spirit? Will it succeed in the near future? What about when it's launched? All right, so I have good news and bad news for you, Kat. In regards to your platform, there's something about you having time, but the time is not utilized efficiently, as efficient as it could be utilized. All right, you have the 4 of Cups, which talks about the opportunities. It talks about pretty much your emotions is in your business. Whatever you're developing, you've put your emotions in it. So pretty much when you cultivate anything with your personal feelings and your personal emotions, and you've attached that to the foreseeable outcome of whatever you're creating, yes, it does help you stay emotionally connected to whatever you're doing, so you love it. But also, if you don't have a good emotional intelligence in regards to how disappointments and setbacks and delays come into your life, there goes your creation, there goes your development, there goes your production. So it will be completely emotional on emotional grounds. However, they are telling me that the more you get out of your way, the more it's able to come into fruition. So that's a positive prediction. That's a positive omen. But again, you have to be aware of your emotional status every single day, and you have to make sure that you're separating your emotions from business so you can show up for your creation. When it comes to your expectations around will it be successful, it's a hard no, because your expectations you're placing outside of yourself. How can you attach yourself to a creation that you're bringing into fruition and then ask an external question like, will it be successful? The success is only as good as the guarantee of your emotional state. So pretty much Spirit is saying, if you place it out there, you're going to automatically detach from this thing if people don't receive it, right? So if people don't receive it well, or people are not giving you the validation, external validation that you expect to receive around whatever you're developing, you're going to be disappointed because your expectations are so high of other people rather than knowing that it will be successful and it will be prosperous because you believe in it. So your belief is contingent on something external to you. And that's why Spirit is saying this development of whatever you're creating has the potential to put you in a state where you become stubborn, you become fixed energy again, and you don't want to, you kind of put it down for a while and do something different until you feel better. That is not a good foot to start off on anything in regards to something that you're expecting to receive some type of profit or recognition for. You're going to have to do it just simply because you want to share it and just simply because it's going to benefit so many people, right? So if you believe in this thing because it's going to benefit so many people, and that means you're doing it for a cause, and that cause is outside of you. But if you're doing it for yourself and to feel like I created this, I feel good about this, I did something, then it's self-centered and you're going to always feel disappointed. Now with the Magician, what Spirit is saying, when you launch it, it is going to be a hit, right? It is going to be a hit, but it's going to take time. It could be a year, 2 years. Hell, it may take 13 years. It all depends on you. The more the universe feels as if you're waiting to get your flowers, or you're waiting to see the prediction of your hard work, you're going to keep the blessing away from you. Okay? And this is a lesson that you have to learn in regards to how to be a good leader, really, with the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. This, whatever you learn right here with this development, is also going to teach you how not to be so emotionally fickle when it comes to your romantic relationships as well. This is why you have to get this lesson, okay? There's something that you still need to learn here. And you can learn it from yourself, or Spirit's going to put you in positions where you got to get a lot of odd jobs or small gigs, or work for other people until you learn and pay attention to the bosses and CEOs around you. They're dropping gems on you every single day. If you pay attention to their mannerism or how they go about their day, they're not going to base, as many people come to them and tell them, oh, my kid is sick, I'm not going to be able to come in. A good manager, a good boss is not going to be emotionally unstable around the loss of you or the gain of you. You're there one day, gone the next minute, but they don't let that affect their ability to show up and perform for work. So that's some real detachment that they teach you. So either you're going to go to school and learn about it, you're going to learn from your environment, or you're going to become self-taught, trial and error. So you pick your poison. But yes, the best news that I can tell you is when you do launch it and you have learned this lesson, then and only then will it be successful. And that's to answer your first question. Anything else you need her to know? Okay, so this is gonna sound a little harsh, okay, but you have to hear it because you are a developer, you're a creator, okay? A creative, should I say. This fairy tale delusion that you have around success, it's not what you think it is. It's not rainbows and lollipops like you think it is. You have to learn how to work with people that are on a different level of consciousness with you. So if you're on a high vibration and you expect to only connect with high vibrational people, you're going to be disappointed. You are providing or developing a service or a platform for people that are on different levels of consciousness. A lot of them will be in as far as levels of consciousness will be beneath you. They will act out. They will do certain things. What you going to do? Chastise them all? You can't do that. So you have to learn how to work with all levels of consciousness and have patience. So there's something about you mastering this skill, self-control, self-restraint, right thought, this moral behavior attribute is going to benefit you in the long run. All right, so you won't be a tyrant. You have a potential to be a tyrant to people that are beneath you, or they're just ignorant. You got to have patience for ignorant people. How are you going to create a social platform for people and expect all of them to be thinking like you, one mind like you? That is an occult type of thought process where it secludes people and it alienates humanity versus bringing them together. So if your objective is to bring these social groups together, without creating division, you're going to have to work on that first. So this way you're a better leader, developer, content creator, whatever that is. Okay. They want me to pull an oracle. Look what was at the bottom of the deck. Education. You may need to take a class or do research to find a better position, or you may find yourself writing a book or teaching others. Yeah, sometimes you got to go to school to learn how to be a good manager. So take some management classes. They're going to give you some strategies to help you not fire everybody, how to go with the flow better. All right, what's your last message for question number 1? Wish come true. Aww. Bottom of the deck, you have direction. Your wish is being granted, but it may not come in the way you expect it. No worries. It is just what you need. Direction, your purpose is unfolding slowly, step by step as you go along. There's no need to hurry or worry. You are being divinely guided. Ashe. All right, let's move on to question number 2. Spirit, let's clear the energy. Well, one thing's for sure, there's a lot of releasing that has to happen. Purging, releasing. Purging, releasing, getting rid of. Let's get it. And if anyone is in the chat and I'm live and you happen to be a moderator, if anybody makes you feel uncomfortable in the comment sections, I can handle it. But if any of you guys feel disrupted, you have the power to liberate yourself and do what moderators do best. All right, let's see. All right, so we have question number 2 for Kat. All right, so the question number 2, you want to know whether or not your obsession with this person is preventing you from finding true love? Spirit, can you show me cat energy? What is cat's energy? And this other person? Whew. All right, let's unpack this right quick. Do, 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 do. You will remember me for centuries. And okay, so I'm picking up on a spell. Something about the way in which you guys broke up has made the other person feel like, you know, you hurt me, so I hope that you get hurt too. This person is not wishing you well. So whoever's the scorned one in this connection, does this person want you back? Yes. Do they want you back because they want to treat you right? No. They want you back because they feel as if you broke away from their spell, you broke away from their illusion. Whatever illusion that had you to obsess begin with, you kind of separate yourself and then you went into isolation. But this person feels as if you always will come back around to them when you get lonely and you get tired of being by yourself. You know where to find them. However, when you don't do it willingly, this person starts to try to affect your ability to manifest, okay? Where you start making poor choices. And then you go on this spiral where it's like, damn, I was doing good, sticking to my routine, sticking to my schedule, whoop, whoop, whoop. I was accomplishing my goals, and now all of a sudden I feel sulky. I don't know why I don't feel enthused anymore. It's because this person can feel like they know that you're replacing them with something that's more tangible, something that's more prosperous. And anytime that you have connected yourself to that divine knowing, this person feels like you're escaping them. They're not living rent free in your head because you're reading books and distracting yourself from that person. You're educating yourself and you're distracting yourself from allowing that person to live rent free in your head. And then you hear music, and then the music comes on and it's like, nobody knows me like you do, nobody. And all that bullshit happens all over again. So, is it preventing you from finding love? Yes. Is it preventing you from finding anything outside of this person? Absolutely. Yeah. To be honest with you, with these type of ties, what I'm about to say is not going to sound pretty. You're better off clearing this energy and connecting to an energy less toxic, so that energy can wipe clean a clean slate of that prior energy. So let's say you've been celibate, okay? And you've only dealt with this person last, and you have been kind of just focusing on your abundance and your prosperity. The reason why people leave one person and go get up underneath the next person is to really get rid of the old person. Some way, somehow, instinctually, as animals, as mammals, whatever, we have this instinctual knowing when we have come across a bigger predator. Sometimes predators to me are karmics, major karmics with like shark energy. So if you come across a shark and they're like a big shark in your life, you know how you don't have to tell a dog to certain animals, you don't have to tell them to go and piss by a tree. They just naturally know to go lift their leg and pee by a tree bark, okay? The same concept here. We're just doing what naturally feels instinctual. If you come across something that's toxic, you get the toxicity out of you. And some people, you get up underneath the next person, and then that sexual transmutation happens. You transmute that other person's energy about your system and you have a lighter vibration. That was the quickest way, more savage way, okay, back in the day. But if you want a more, um, another way that they do that is you take yourself through a sacrament, right? You become celibate, you read the Bible, you read it all day long. Next thing you know, the only thing consuming your mind is the Bible. But the only thing about the spell of the Bible is you will adopt so many other spells in the process of utilizing the Bible to rid this person from your subconscious mind. So you need to find out what exactly, what did this person put in your subconscious mind? What is that that toxin communicating to you in your subconscious mind? How do you remove it? And then what do you need? What healthy regimen do you need to replace that with so you don't go back to your prior addiction? You can't just take something away cold turkey. The only thing you really do in your situation, everybody's situation is different. What you do is, depending on how thirsty, how bloodthirsty the other person is, or whatever it is that you've connected with, it can become chaotic. All right. It really can become chaotic. Especially if the person you're connecting with don't know how to handle, girl, it's a lot. If they don't know how to handle whatever connection y'all have, it can create even more obsession. So if you're a feminine energy and you're experiencing obsessive thoughts in regards to someone that you've separated yourself from, your obsessive thoughts are a mirror reflection of their obsessive energy. They are energy vampires. That energy is going to obsess over you in a way that restricts you from being able to think, breathe, or exist without feeling, tasting, and smelling that person. Y'all may eat at the same fucking time, think at the same time. They eating cereal and you drinking milk. That's how it's going to be. That's feminine energy. It's even worse, this person is aware of it. So it's one thing for a person to just be doing it, but this person is aware of it, which makes it more manipulative. All right, let's see. Is there anything else you need her to know? They want me to leave it like that. Okay. This is why they have you working on a project. This is why they have you staying busy. In the meantime, part of you kind of knows that, part of you kind of knows what's happening because this ain't the first time this has happened. There's something to do with money. Something keeps bringing you back, and it's bigger than sex. It's bigger than, it has something to do with like stability, money. This person used to provide some type of source for you, and now that you're trying to be independent and apart from this person, when things get difficult on your journey financially, you start to consider, that one person I used to talk to, they may not have been perfect, but like I was able to get something from them. You were able to get something from this person of codependency, and it feels tangible, resources, money. And so what has happened is you've tried to make some type of proclamation that you don't want this person as you don't want to be codependent or dependent on this person anymore in any way. And so you're trying to establish that relationship with the Most High. You're trying to establish that relationship with the universe, but the universe don't understand your language. And your language is when you want something, you want it now. The universe is not going to negotiate with you on how you should receive your blessings. You're going to have to sacrifice your ego. of your expectations, which makes sense as to why I kept saying what you could expect. What you could expect is because you handle the universe in that way. You want something and you don't get it when you want it, and you start looking for people. Who can I utilize to get what I want? That's a survival mechanism. No coincidence while I started to communicate to you about survival instincts. You're in survival mode, so I'm going to give you survival remedies. When you change your frequency, the reality around you will also change and mold to fit who you are. So the reason why this person can connect with you is because you haven't really done the root work to help you shift from being codependent on these expectations. So yeah, you're still attracted to this person in some way. And at times they're saying that you wonder if you had given it all you could have. Yeah. Did I give that person everything? Did I give them all I could have, or did I walk away too soon? Did I really show them did I really put in the work, or did I let it go? You let it go for a reason, because you were trying to make this person change. That's what they're saying. You were trying to make this person change their ways for you. You cannot change nobody. And that's why nothing better can come in. And that's why this connection with this person is like this. So let's get your closing messages. I don't see new love coming in. But when you walk away from somebody and you're walking away from them because you feel like they're not treating you the way you want to be treated and you're walking away with the intention that if they change, you'll be right back. And so the universe is saying that is not a high vibrational approach. Look at that. Karma, pain, consequences, cause and effect, debts, pain, apprehension, afraid, cautious. Sorrow. All of these cards are dark. Loss, grief, depression. Moral of the story, the more that you try to take the gray area out like the gray, you know how they say there's right and wrong, and then there's the gray area. You are accustomed to riding the gray area. It's not quite wrong and it's not quite right, but you seem to you figured out a way to make it right for you. But this person is aware of your gray area. So that's why they know for sure that you'll be back. You do this a lot. They're not surprised. Cloudy judgment. And then you blame it on them. But really, it takes two. Twin flame. But I do feel like this is not a I feel like there's a karmic. This is karmic. This is karmic. That's what I'm seeing here. So yeah, these type of ties usually are. But that's what I have for you. I don't see anything new coming in. Let's recap, okay? Just in case you forget these important facts. You have to change. You keep coming back to this person. You want them to change. They're not going to change. And more importantly, nothing new can come in because the universe keeps denying your request for love, because this is not an act of self-love. This is an act of, I want what I want. So this is selfish love. All right. So that's what I have for you, cats. All right, Spirit. Cleanse and clear the energy. Whew. All right, so up next we have what do we have next? Breezy. Breezy. You here? What's up, Creative Cat? Okay, I see you, Breezy. Monique, I got you as well. After I do the you probably weren't in when I started it, but after I do the next 7-day predictions for the Taurus channel, I'm gonna start doing the private readings, and I think you are the first on the private readings list, so you should get yours definitely a lot earlier. But since you're here, I thought I would tell you. All right, Breezy, let's get into your question. Nobody knows me like you do. Nobody. How do I remove this blockages? Spell work done on me. So the spell work blockage is done on you. All right, so let's ask some questions. There's a black box at the top. The next event for you to be able to ask any questions is going to be next week, Saturday. You can prepay for those questions between now and 2 p.m. next week, Saturday. That is the last event if you want to participate. Otherwise, I only do general readings. What's up, Yasir? Okay. All right, so we got to go a little deep for Breezy's reading. So hold on. Breezy, do something for me since you're here. Let's connect a little bit differently. All right, you ready? So I'm going to have you take 3 deep breaths. I want you to inhale 4 seconds, hold it for 8 seconds, and then exhale for 4 seconds. We're going to do that 3 times. I'm going to ring the bell when it's time to start the next breathing. Okay, you ready? Okay, inhale. Hold it. Exhale. Again, inhale. Hold it. Exhale. And one last time. Inhale for me. Hold it. And on the last exhale, I want you to blow out as hard as you can. Exhale. All right. Thank you, Bree. Let's see. All right, so something's on replay. The music that you listen to, your higher self wants you to start listening to sound baths. Your higher self wants you to start listening to they want you to start with is it 420? 428? Start with 4 and work your way up. Journal about your emotional responses, whatever purges happen. Okay, if you go to sleep listening to that frequency, you want to do this for 21 days. All right, for 21 days, you want to start with 425, if I'm not mistaken. If someone knows it, drop it in there for her. But you want to start your way to 4, then go to 5, and you want to target a specific chakra as well, your sacral chakra, which has something to do with your. This is something that's crossed over through the womb. Okay, so your mother, her mother, the mother before you. You guys have a familiar curse. All right, that curse stems from something from past lives. All right. So this would affect your confidence, your self-esteem, your ability to make decisions and feel as if you're doing what you want to do and not what someone else wants you to do. So you want to target the color yellow, wear a lot of yellow, smell sunflowers. So you want to do everything, all 5 senses. Sight, smell, touch. This is recalibrating yourself and setting that umbilical cord, that I am presence. I am who I am. This is what I believe. This is what I want to do, and so forth. Okay. All right. So I feel like you're going through an ascension. And so there's going to be some symptoms that come along with that. All right, Spirit, can you show me Bree's current energy? Yep. So you know I was talking to you about the mother energy? That's where that is coming from. This is also yellow. So your sacral and your solar plexus. Okay. If you don't have any children, the work that you do on yourself, your child will not be born with the same curse, the Hierophant in reverse. Your decision to go against the grain, your decision to change the belief systems in regards to relationships, family relationships and karmic family members and things like that. You're going to break that tie, pretty much is what they're saying. And it does look as if you're doing something completely backwards. It doesn't mean everyone assumes that, oh, breaking that family curse is, oh, I finally am the first to get married in my family. That's not what that means. Breaking that family curse means you let go of whatever pattern of destruction that is expected of you in order for you to be your soul, to express your soul's purpose. Okay? So right now, you're holding on to some type of resentment in your subconscious mind. And it has something to do with your mother and her romantic relationship. I don't know if she was divorced or she separated from your father or something like that, but there is a inner child wound in connection with that. So you have made it, with that type of resentment, you have made a proclamation to yourself that you're going to get it right this time, that you want the right partner because you refuse to make the same mistake. But if you do not forgive your mother, all of this could go away right now if you choose to forgive your mother and understand whatever decisions that she made, no matter how bad she was, that person was, or whatever choices they made. You are not your mother. You are not your father. They have provided you the information and the genetic codes for you to spread all those cards out on the table and say, okay, this is my trait. This is what's passed down to me from my mom. This is what's passed down for me from my dad. Now I get to choose who is Bree. But what you're doing is you're looking at the past as what not to be. So you know how they say, oh, you could be mad at me all you want. You're going to end up just like me. That's a spell. That's a curse. Oh, you know how they say this all the time, especially in Black households, because that's what was taught to them. Okay. What was taught to them is to utilize the doctrines that was given to them to oppress you and their offspring. And thus, this is one of the major patterns that Black African American people will struggle with. How not to perpetuate that same iron rod, okay, that whip of oppression over your own children. So you can be as hard as you want on yourself to try to make sure that you don't be like the rest of them. But the fact that you have to be hard on yourself to do that is going to secure your fate. So it's like the spell works this way. The more you focus on what not to be, the more you become it. The more you forgive everything that was done to you or that you experience ancestrally, you release yourself from the burden. You have to release the burden. People think you have to focus on preventing the same mistake. So you overanalyze what went wrong with your parents. The more you look closer into what went wrong with them, you don't realize that they had to do what they had to do. You understand? They had to be the way they are. If they didn't instill fear in you, that birth of activation would have never happened to you. So their oppressors were designed to traumatize them. Okay? And through that trauma, it would give birth to a whole nother level of consciousness. Which is why this is underdog energy. The odds were never designed for you to be successful. Every negative attachment is genetically created to oppress you and keep you from experiencing a different type of lifestyle. All right. It's even down to the ones where it's like, oh, pro this, or I'm fighting for my that. All of it's designed to Yeah, we want you to keep fighting for it because you don't even realize that we all up in your subconscious mind, getting you to off yourselves, getting you to harm yourselves, getting you to hate yourselves. It's reverse psychology. And they gave it to you through the very book that your parents would beat over your head. So instead of using a whip to whoop you in slavery, they gave it to your parents and made your parents do it for fun and amusement and experiment. And then into your communities, and then from your communities back into your hand. So every single day you wake up, you are going to have to choose to plead a fifth. You can choose to participate, or you can choose to separate yourself. They're never going to be able to get it because the spell, the Pied Piper, runs deeper than you even know. That's why the devil is out here. But the addictions, the abuse, the bad health, the toxic environments, it would give birth. It activates you. It's divergent. Somewhere along the line, you would go through so much trauma and you will rise like the phoenix and remember who you are. That is a curse that you're meant to break. But the only way for you to break it is for you to forgive. And I know. See, people think that forgiveness is one and done, okay? When you're divergent, you are all factions, okay? You are all factions, which means when you need to be abnegation and forgive and be fair and kind, you can. When you need to be dauntless and you need to become the warrior and you need to fight back, you can. You understand that all of it's an illusion. All of it's an illusion. When you need to be erudite and be intelligent to speak to certain people in certain rooms to get where you need to go, something activates inside of you. And the same thing goes for every other 5 factions. And when you rise and you ascend to the 6th dimension, you understand that all of those things were preparation. And that's why you're chosen. So the remedy for you is simple. Give yourself permission to be all 5 factions and the divergent. Give yourself permission. Just like you have to forgive them, and then keep transforming, keep evolving. Don't stick to anything. Anytime you're in this energy of holding on to anything, the past, the present, the reason why they only give you horrible history in history books is to keep you reminded that you're supposed to be holding on to something. For every person walking around, the government owes me money and this and that, they have gotten you exactly where they want you. Focused on holding people accountable. Okay. No, the new wounds are there's nothing new under the sun. You remember when your parents told you that? There's nothing new under the sun. You want to change the recent blockages, you have to go here. This is what's in your subconscious mind. This is the program creating everything else around you. This is where it all starts. You in this pattern, you in this ancestral situation, your reality is going to just open up. Your reality will no longer be oppressed. So I could tell you the surface level. Oh yeah, Johnny's doing something to you. Let Johnny go. But I will be doing the same thing that the game was designed to do to you, and that's giving you a placebo. That's telling you that it's the surface that needs your attention. It's the inner work that needs your attention. The surface is the very last thing that manifests. The pentacle is the last thing that manifests. You heal that pain, done. You'll take off those lens of that bias, perspective, because I can see where you can see where your, like, you can see how the women in your family have misused their spiritual gifts, not only to harm other people, but to harm each other. So for you, the hardest part for you to really cope with is the fact that it's one thing to hurt other people, but when they start doing it to your own child, that's where it becomes painful for you. When it's like the very people you expect to love you and nurture you and care for you, that's where it hurts deep. That's where you're having the hardest problem accepting. So I'm not saying that you have to give them a pass, but I'm saying that you don't have to hold nobody accountable. And you aren't the first person to experience this. And this is what getting out there and connecting with other people and other soul tribes and other relationships and partnerships will show you. Nothing is new under the sun. Something happens. I'll use myself as an example, right? So in healing my mother wound, one of the biggest things that you'll realize, something happened. First of all, when you turn adolescence, it's hard for them to pretty much connect with you. You start to become like a threat to them. Oh, now you're going to want to fight me. Now you're going to think you're bigger than me. And so something triggers an insecurity inside of them, right? So you're adolescents, you're 12, 13, they say you smelling yourself. Now you smelling yourself, and now they're telling you, oh, you finna be out here hitting these streets, and now they're projecting all of these negative things onto you because it was done to them, right? So that's that spell. That's that pattern ancestrally that's showing its ugly head, the devil energy. The devil will provoke them to want to lay hands on you. The devil will provoke them to want to beat you, to want to harm you. It's something that's conjured up from the inside where they will have a temporary moment of insanity. It's the truth. And that's why they say, I'm finna beat you like a Hebrew slave. Because that's what was indoctrinated. That's what was taught to them. Spare the rod, you spoil the child. All right. But those are all spells. Those are all things. But I can see your trauma wounds. And then you see the hypocrisy. And then you go over into situations and you see how they talk bad about you, say things to hurt you, and then turn around and do the same thing. They creeping and doing all the same shit that they tell you that you're doing. You watching them do it in their relationship. You see how they lie in their relationships. You see how they manipulate other niggas. You see everything that they do. And then it hurts. So it's like how you can sit here and call me a hoe or call me this and call me that. And you may be acting all straight up now, but you wasn't always like that. And so because you can see their flaws, that's why the moment that you become an adolescent, they know that they have no premises to confront you on. So they have to start hurting you emotionally, which affects your ability, your willpower, your confidence. So they start calling you ugly, start calling you names, start calling you all types of belittling topics. Because the intimidation started from young. Because when they look in your eyes, they see a fragment of themselves. And they know the same devil that came for them is coming for you. So fear, right? What is the God of the Bible? Fear. The Bible was designed to invoke fear inside of you. But it's also your liberation. Through fear, you persevere. How many times have you made yourself do things that you're scared to do? Whether you were in front of your abuser or not, when you were scared at your At your most scared moment, something clicks. You know automatically just not to say shit to provoke people. You know automatically how not to rub people the wrong way. How do you know that? That's conditioning. No, I'm Haitian. So this is what you're working on. This is the pattern that you're breaking. And when you turn 33, 32, 33, you're going to notice that you're through your blossoming. As you blossom, you're going to watch your mother's, she won't even remember none of the shit. I promise you. Something happens, 32, 33, for whatever reason, as you were saying, the person that was the biggest bully in your life or utilized as the biggest bully in your life won't even know. Won't even know. They won't even know that they were even like that. And it's going to hurt you because you're going to feel like they are getting away with something that they did or they choose not to remember. And that just makes it even worse. Okay? It's not that they don't choose to remember. I'm not making excuses for it, but it's very real. Which is meant to make you ask an even bigger question. Who created? It's meant to make you ask the author question. Who wrote this? Okay? It's meant to make you ask the biggest question. Who wrote this? Who even came up with this? And then it's meant to take you down many different rabbit holes. Right? But as long as you have this pain in your heart, you won't access your higher self. As long as you have this pain in your heart, you won't be able to access your high priestess. And this is why your high priestess is saying, I can't let you into our gates of heaven with this type of weight on your heart, this type of weight on your chest. You're going to have to lighten your load. Because in order to access the gate of heaven, which is your higher self, it's the channel that takes you there. Working your way up from the fourth, the third, the fourth, the fifth, into the sixth and seventh, eighth, ninth. In order to make it to those dimensions, you gotta pack light. Pack light. You gotta pack light. Take all this shit, man. The name, the title. Take your government name back. Take your clothes back. Take your society back. Take it all back. I do not care. And that's where it all begins for you. But until you do that, the door is closed. And it's better off that way, because if you had access to this realm, you would fuck some shit up. Your pain growing in that subconscious realm, nah, Capricorn, the devil ain't gonna let you in there. The ruler of this dimension is gonna say, no, you haven't ascended. But the fact that you are aware that you have a spell or a curse on you, that's the first step. You feel me? That's the first step. Now, get back in your simulation. And when you come across, when the universe brings your mother back around to you, does your chest hurt? Does your chest stiffen? Does your shoulders become stiff? How does your body respond to your biggest bully in your life? If you respond, where your body's going to give you certain telltale signs, but can't nobody break this for you. But I can lead you to the water, but you got to drink it. And that's pretty much what they're saying. Let's get your closing messages. It ain't enough these days for me to know who you are. You got to know who you are. Okay, so there's something going on with money, money, inheritance. Um, so it's something about, are you aware? Are you aware? So if you're aware of some type of injustice of any sort, the first thing as a high priest is what they're like, the first thing you become aware of as a high priestess is you got to give up this retribution concept. A lot of the collective only want to hear about retribution, finally getting retribution, finally getting what, finally getting retribution for all your hardship, finally getting what you deserve. The people that oppressed you are finally giving you what you deserve. That is the first level of the blockage. How difficult is it to be in a system where you're aware that you got the shorter end of the stick and you still got to be a active citizen? How difficult is that? Brick and mortar. You still got to sign up for the same programs. You still got to go to their jobs every day. You still got to involve yourself in some capacity. That's hard to do every single day. Correct? And feel as if you still underpaid, you still underappreciated, and you deserve to be appreciated. You deserve this. You deserve that. The first thing you sacrifice to be a high priestess is you let all of that go. Well, what about the fact that I'm Native American, this is my land, this happened to me? You let it go. What's the first thing you let go as a black person? This concept of injustice to black people. You let that shit go. Injustice to gay people. You let that shit go. Whatever your systems are, whatever you were placed in, you let it go. What you gonna do? Feed the monster? Okay. Once you do that, then you what? You embrace the parts of yourself that's different. You start to be able, your subconscious mind is going to remind you because you detached from that attachment to the physical realm. Then you turn lemons into lemonade. Then you turn from pain into purpose. This is your initiation. They're pretty much giving you the blueprint, like really, which is something they usually don't do, which means they're acknowledging that they see you at the door. You ring the doorbell. Hello, spirit, I'm here. Count me in. I want to be, I want to ascend. And so they're letting you know in confirmation right now, like, we see you at the gate. We see you. We want you to know, don't give up. But you are being tested right now. And so the first thing you're going to do, you're going to try to go back to work. You're going to try to, what do I need to do to buy my way into whoever I got to find, whatever I need to do to break this blockages, as I want to be let in. And they just really want to test you to see how patient you are. Yeah, you on the ring camera. you you on the ring camera, and they're like, look at Bree. I feel like your spirit guide that's working with you right now is like, that little dragon off of Mulan, Mushu. Mushu is like everywhere you go. always there with you, riding in the car, be listening to you, escape, singing your songs, distracting yourself, trying to stay focused. And the spirit guide is saying, you're going to get it. But your way of trying to manipulate your way to get it faster, that's not how you're going to get it. You got to really spread it open and get down to the Four of Pentacles. You hurt, you mad, there's people, your pain, when you think about it, you still get a frog in your throat, your chest still aches. There's certain memories you don't even want to think about. You've had to struggle financially. All of this shit is coming up to the surface. And you know how they're going to make you realize it? They're going to put you in situations where you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I even have to ask this motherfucker for nothing. Like, you're not going to want to have to ask people for shit, but it's a part of your pilgrimage. And so there you go. Trust your guides. They see you. Okay, they see you. They'll let you know. What is this right here? Realization, epiphanies, understanding, awakening. I cannot make this shit up. Even if I wanted to, it's the oracle is just going to confirm everything I just said. Literally, light bulb moment. It's going to all click. Ding. Long term. I promise you, you have a prophecy. You have a destiny. You have chosen not to repeat fate. And so, yes, you're going to have that long-term connection. You're going to have a beautiful relationship with your life purpose. Your children will not be born with the same trauma. You're going to have that much self-control, that much, emotional intelligence of how you respond to situations and changes that happen outside of your control. And so when that energy comes around and it tries to provoke you, you're going to be like, no, you don't get to use my vessel. I got it under lock and key around here. Find another grid to play on. And they ain't going to be able to play on your top or your partner's top because y'all ascended. Period. You're welcome. So these are the readings that I've had for you guys on the live stream. I'm about to get off here and do the next 7-day predictions for Taurus. And then everyone else, Monique and everyone else on the list for, I'm not sure if, what's her name? I'm not sure if Caroline is here, but if y'all are here, because y'all usually be here, y'all will get y'all readings in y'all email that y'all emailed me from later on today. All right, y'all, I'll be back.